Let's begin.
Burn, ungodly filth!
What do you want? To make you ours or to make you despair?
Spirit Blade Productions presents...
Did you have any idea how much I will make you suffer? The horrific agony that I will inflict.
Spirit Blade, Dark Ritual.
Hell will be a refuge for you when I'm finished. For more information, visit spiritblade.com.
Okay, let's see here. Arcades in China are similar to the US? Interesting. Cool. Yeah, Dark Emerald, I don't mind posting that often. That is really interesting. And karaoke booths. Yeah, I've always been curious about karaoke booths. I've never done karaoke, and I think I would enjoy it, but I'm wondering if any karaoke machines these days would have Barry Manilow songs. Because that's probably the only, music that was at least at one time popular that I would know well enough to sing like that. Love this chili recipe. Can't believe there was a time when I was afraid of chili as a kid. My boys don't understand how great chili is yet. They'll learn. They'll learn. Rugged Warrior says, karaoke scares me more than skydiving. Have you been skydiving, Rugged Warrior? I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I think even if I didn't have a wife and kids, I don't think I could do it. Definitely not having a wife and kids. Just, don't want to mess around with that stuff, but good gravy. Reed Benson, not likely in China, meaning not likely Barry Manilow in China. Oh well. Man, I'm getting some of my favorite foods tonight. One of my favorite dinners. And some of my favorite treats. Rugged Warrior says, not yet, but hoping to soon. To go skydiving. Wow. Well, I tip my hat to you, sir. Oh, Rugged Warrior, I don't know if you've met the guy who does, I think it's called Barbells and Joysticks, or Joysticks and Barbells, but he's interested in both fitness and video games too. I was going to mention to him to check out your channel, and to you to check out his channel. I don't know if you guys, he's a Christian, he's connected with me a number of times, and more so on the YouTube side of things than, say, like the forums, but yeah, might be worth you guys connecting, seeing if there's any potential for cross-pollination or something there. Well, what's the last movie that you guys saw, any one of you, or all of you, that you really enjoyed? I just put my review up today for, what's it called? The Cloverfield Paradox. And I enjoyed that. It's, yeah, I enjoyed that. Ratel says, also, Jacob Connell is a Christian channel who plays video games, makes workout vlogs, and sometimes skits. Oh, okay. Jacob Connell. I'll have to check him out. Maybe I'll write that down. Jacob Connell. I don't really watch. I don't take in a lot of content made by other Christians, but I do like to. Promote Christian content made for geeks and that's being done with excellence. And Reed Benson says, I saw a Chinese rom-com. Oh, interesting. How is a Chinese rom-com different or the same from an American rom-com? Do they still have that overused device of miscommunication? You know what I mean? Where it's like, gosh, if they would have just opened up about this instead of keeping it a secret, or talking about how they really feel about this issue instead of not being clear about that, then we could have avoided this whole conflict. That's what so many rom-coms seem to boil down to, is they just needed to talk about this. And they didn't, and so it got all messed up. And before that you saw Kong Skull Island, and that was cool. Yeah, I don't remember what I said in my review, but I think I liked it. I think I remember liking that one. Used to go by Flipsider Films, huh? Okay. Cool. Thanks, Gretel. I wrote him down, so I'll check him out. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games still left that I'm hoping to get to. Reed Benson says, Chinese rom-coms are usually too long. I wonder why that is. Do they lean on the drama a little bit, and more than American ones do, and so it's like a little slow or something? Or do the jokes just get played out? Reed Benson says, they do have a bit of miscommunication, which I think is usually based around characters' pride. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly an American trait too, but I do sometimes wonder, well, I guess I'm thinking more of my impressions of Japanese culture than Chinese culture, so maybe you could speak to Chinese culture, but I feel like pride is kind of like a big stumbling block in Japan. At least that's what I see. That's the impression. I don't want to pretend that I'm, really insightful and know people's hearts, but the impression I get, say, for example, in some of the Japanese video game companies, sometimes what I see coming out of Sony in Japan, or Nintendo, maybe especially, coming out of Japan, is the impression I get is that pride is a big factor at work there. And in some of the software stuff that's going on too, that I don't know, I can't remember which software developer over there. Anyway, yeah, that's just kind of an impression that I get. It seems like it's a big deal to succeed in business, and honor is a big deal. I remember, any of you guys ever watch Ninja Warrior? I think I want to say like Sakusei or Saka something. Dang it. It's got a Japanese name that uses some of those letters. But when it was broadcast on G4 in America, it was called Ninja Warrior. And from that we got American Ninja Warrior, which I've never watched. But dude, watching the True Blue and just translated with, English commentary for American audiences, the True Blue Ninja Warrior in Japan, these guys took it so seriously. I remember one of them, when he failed at the course, he came out with tears in his eyes, and he said, "I am so sorry for failing. I'm so sorry to everyone for failing. I hope that you will let me come and make another attempt in the future." I think he even talked about, like, I'm sorry for dishonoring my family or something like that. I mean, it was heavy stuff. And I was like, dude, it's like a game show, It's a game show obstacle course. That's what it boils down to. And even if it was the freaking Olympics, to feel like that's a point of shame to not succeed at something, was really interesting, really interesting. I really felt bad for him. Rugged Warrior says, I feel like American rom-coms are too long. And Reed Benson replies to that, probably true. Maybe Chinese ones seem longer because of the effort it takes to read subtitles for an hour or an hour and a half or more. Yeah. Yeah, if a rom-com isn't, like, more heavy on the com, then sometimes their attempts at rom cause me to lose interest. Reed Benson says, honor is big in Japan. I don't feel like it's that way in China. Okay. Almost done with my dinner here. Thanks for your patience. Good chili. All right. Done. Okay, now I'm going to chase that with some donut and Pepsi. Reed Benson says, in China it's more about saving face and coming across as being right all the time. Gosh. Sounds like America, too. And he adds, but that's a deep subject. Yeah. Yeah, I think we struggle with that, too. That's something that I think those of us in the American church struggle with, too, is being real, being authentic, trying to just, be transparent about where we're at, and our dysfunction and our shortcomings and the sin that we're struggling with, and that's something I struggle with too. I try to be as transparent as I can be on the podcast and the YouTube channel, and then at the same time you want to figure out, okay, I want to recognize the difference between transparency and airing dirty laundry, or talking about things that are just, there's a time and place for talking about things, and so it is hard to figure that out. But I would say that we err more on the side of putting up a good front and trying to give people good impressions of us and stuff, rather than just kind of like being in the trenches with each other and just getting mud on our clothes as we figure out how to navigate through the sin that we're struggling with. And so, yeah. It probably manifests in different ways. And maybe it is a bigger deal in China, but I feel like that's a big thing here too. Okay, well, time for some Skyrim. This button, and this one, and that one. All right. I've got a piece of paper with a specific agenda for this game. Hey. Okay. I want to start a family. This is my second playthrough of the game. And, I went with a female protagonist this time, which I'm kind of regretting. I just wanted to try something different because I've been hearing for over 300 hours the same male voice grunting. And I just needed a change of pace. But this was the first time I've ever done a first-person game. I know you can play it in third, but I think it works best for me in first, this particular game. And so I just discovered playing a female character in first person just felt weird. When it's third person, it kind of feels like it's her story and I'm external to it. And so I don't have to like identify as being her. But when it's first person, it's a little bit closer to that experience of this is me in the world. And so it's still kind of like takes me by surprise a little bit when she's in the middle of something and like she won't make any noise for a while. But then all of a sudden I'll hear a grunt, and it'll be a female grunt, a female reaction of some kind. And I'm like, oh, that's right, I'm a lady. And so, but anyway, I'm trying to embrace now her more maternal side. I adopted some kids in my first playthrough. I'm going to adopt some more this time. Oh, that's a good question, Rugged Warrior. I want to get to that in a second. Thanks for asking that. But I've got a list here. I want to just be more... I want to be more choosy this time. Last time I was a vampire lord, and so it was so crazy to have kids living in the house with me, and I could be in my vampire form with my leathery wings and stuff, and they'd see me and they'd go, "Hello, Daddy," you know. It was so crazy. I'm not a vampire yet in this game. I was actually thinking I would go the werewolf route instead, but I haven't done that yet either. Anyway, so I built a house. I want to adopt. I'm being more choosy. So I went to a wiki page and looked at all the kids that you can potentially adopt in this game. And I'm going to go, and you can kind of like hear their story a little bit. So I'm going to go around to let's see here. There are 4 kids that I can adopt that don't live in the orphanage right now. Excuse me. Burping out that dinner. And there are 4 kids that by default are in the orphanage at Riften. So I'm going to adopt 2 kids, but one of them I'm going to adopt after tonight. One of them I'm going to try to adopt tonight, and I'm going to allow you guys some input. Not a vote, but you can have input. You can express your opinion on whose sob story you think deserves my adoption the most. The one that I'm going to do when I'm not live streaming is a somewhat... it would understandably be disturbing, possibly, to some people. Is that a dragon up there? No, just a bird. Okay, gotta watch out for those. But I found out when I was doing some research on this that if you want, there are a bunch of kids. Like, if you look at this list here, I've got. Let me get this closer so you can see. So I've got these names here that are not in the orphanage, these names here that are in the orphanage, and then this entire list of names here, okay, of kids that you can adopt if their family is killed. And theoretically, you can be the one who kills them and then adopt the kid. But you have to be sure that the kid... This is really twisted. You have to be sure that the kid doesn't see you. And even then, sometimes the kid can just kind of know that you're the one who did it, and so there's some workarounds to that. And so I'm just really curious about how that works, how that plays out, how the developers treat that scenario. I understand that might be unsettling for some people, so I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm just going to visit the 8 kids that can be legit adopted, and then you can help me decide who to adopt. Let's see here. Grattal, let's see. Grattal says, "I didn't know you can start families in this game." Yes, you can. It's part of the Hearthfire expansion. If you have the Hearthfire expansion, then you can build a house and adopt kids to bring to your house. Grattal adds, "You can kill a family and stake their kid." I don't think you can kill children in this game, unless, I think maybe PC, there's probably a mod that can do that. I've tried. And I don't think there's a way out of the box that you can kill this, as the game comes off store shelves, that you can kill kids in this game. Oh, and now we're seeing someone who is also somewhat modeled after my wife, if you couldn't tell. Oh, steal. Steal. You can kill family and steal their kid. Yeah. I thought you meant steak. All right. So first off, we're going to talk to Elisan in Dawnstar, near the mines. Where's the dumb map? Come on now. I can't remember. It's been a little while. I've not been playing this super regularly. It's one that where's the map, Franson? No. Which button is the map? No. Map! Okay, there we go. But it's one that I come to for some of those, like, sandbox elements that aren't in the other sandboxy type games that I'm playing. I think, I could be wrong, I think there's only one game on my playlist tonight that is not like a sandbox type game. I'm just really into open world sandboxy type games. Grattal says there's definitely a mod to kill kids. Might even be on the PS4 mods too. LOL. Oh, I didn't even think about looking there. I am using some PS4 mods. Okay, we're Dawnstar, right? Okay, where is that town again? Solitude, Morthal, Dawnstar. Yes. By the mines. Elisan by the mines. I can't remember the kids I adopted last time. Oh, I'm starting to feel hungry. I should eat something. I'm using a... that's one of the mods I'm using. Just to do basic survival stuff. Because I haven't... I didn't want to buy the Creation Club version. Oh, I almost forgot about your question, Rugged Warrior. I'm coming back to it. But I wanted to play around. I thought maybe that could add something to the experience for me. Give me another reason to come back and stay engaged in the world a little bit more. Rugged Warrior asks, what do you think of the Nintendo Labo? Well, I'm going to try not to parrot what I've already heard said by, like, actual legit games media people. But I'm going to end up doing that a little bit because a number of people are having similar thoughts. My first thought is, didn't see that coming. What the crap is this? I get it. I get the appeal for younger kids, and as a parent, I can imagine my boys, especially my youngest boy, who's more like into constructing, building, you know, Legos and stuff like that. I can see him being into that process of putting it together and then seeing it work and stuff like that. What I am not into at all, and we don't have a Switch, so it's not even like a possibility for us to buy any Labo stuff. What I'm not into at all is that it's made of cardboard. And I know my sons, and my younger son, who would be the one into building it, is also really good at destroying things. And it would not last long. It would not last long at all. And so we would have to be repeatedly sinking money. Nintendo's thinking, yeah, that's the plan, hello. We'd have to be repeatedly sinking money into buying replacement cardboard. Or go to the trouble of printing it out if we could supply our own cardboard, which I hear is a possibility. It just, nah. That's not going to be a thing in our house, I'm pretty sure. Even if we someday got a Switch. I really doubt it. But kudos to Nintendo for just thinking outside the box. I think that's the kind of thing that they probably need to do, because they need to have some kind of crazy gimmick. They can't just be another console, obviously, because, you know, like a high-powered console. They can't do that, you know, because that's Xbox and PS4 just have that market. So I think the route to go is let's do something nuts, you know, that can't be replicated or imitated, you know. So, yeah, go Nintendo. Oh, I don't need that stuff. Oh, wait, I was looking for food. Yeah, Gretel, I can't remember my own adopted kids. I'm a terrible digital parent. Gretel says, $70 cardboard sounds like a good investment. Yeah. Outside of the box. Is that a pun? Says Rugged Warrior. Yeah. I wasn't intentionally doing that, but if I said outside of the box, jeez. Oh no, dragon! I haven't even seen it. I just heard a flap and the music started. There he is. And I'm still hungry. I gotta take care of this hunger issue. I wish I could remember the words to this song. I did have them memorized at one point. Oh, is that the kid? I'm gonna have to kill this dragon first. I can't. Oh, that's right. Dawnstar, like, almost always has a dragon here. It's really big old pain. Oh, I don't use that to run. How do I run in this game again? Oh, he landed. Where? Oh, I thought he did. Hey, I'm right here, dude. Here we go. Alright, so let's do some potions here. Yeah, let's do some true shot. And do I have some kind of poison I can put on this? No. No, I don't have any. Man, I don't have any poison to put on my weapon. Alright. Oops. Man. Oh, it's an Elder Dragon. Okay, well, I'm playing on easy, so. Oh, missed. Ah! Dang it. Come on! Kill me! Lucky. Oh. That's a Come on, dude. Yeah, let's do this. Almost. There you go. Alrighty. Get those back. And... oh yeah, I guess I have my special carry weight thing on right now. I need to turn that off. Kill the dragon and steal his little lizard children, says Gratal. Yeah, can you adopt lizard children? That'd be nice. How are dragons how Argonians are made? That is a really good question. I don't know any. I don't know anything about the lore of the Elder Scrolls.
Never seen such a
Empty Mind's got to go to work out. Good for you. Awesome.
Yes, I've never seen such a thing.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by. See you later.
By the gods. I don't know what to say.
Well, how about thank you?
By the gods, I don't even know what to say.
Thank you would be great. And make me king of your town. Alright, by the mines. Where are the mines at? Are they just outside the town? Keep trying to use that button to run, dang it. Will it show me on a map maybe a little bit more? No. Where are these mines? Kid's name is Alisan. You know what? Is it nighttime? Oh yeah, I should wait. I should wait till the daytime. Kid's gonna be sleeping somewhere. Alright. Where's Alisan? Ooh,
They say that vampires
Mine entrance.
attacked the Hall of the Vigilant, burned it to the ground. Never heard of vampires doing anything like that before.
near the mines. So not in the mines, near the mines. Oh, looks like I've been here before. Oh no, they were probably killed by the dragon. Okay. Nothing I want. Where you at, kid? Oh, are you Alisan? Come here, kid. Alisan, talk to me.
Need something?
Where are your parents, kid?
They're dead. My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After he got sick, they put us off here and left without us. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been hard. Real hard. I'm running food and supplies to the miners. Don't pay much, but they let me sleep by the fire in the inn most nights.
Okay, so he's got a job. Sleeps by the fire in the inn. Let's hear his story one more time. Okay, we gotta make a decision. So we gotta remember this story.
They're dead. My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After he got sick, they put us off here and left without us. He died a few days later. I've tried to make do since then, but it's been hard. Real hard.
Alright. I guess Mom's not in the picture. I don't know what's going on with Mom. That's Alisan. Now, let's go to Blaze, who's just outside Solitude at Katla's farm.
I'm late. Gotta run.
Okay, bye-bye. Let's see, where was Solitude again? I can't remember. Hey, Cotter Games. I love Skyrim too. You know, sometimes I think I'm done with this game, and the itch just comes back. And I mentioned this earlier, but this time around, one of the things that brought me back was playing around with mods a little bit, and I just added some basic mods for survival, so that I have to eat, you know. Right now, I forgot though, I was in the middle of transporting a bunch of stuff from one of my homes to another, and so I've got a ring on that's a mod ring that allows me to have basically infinite carry weight, and I've been meaning to dump that because obviously having infinite carry weight doesn't really gel well with the idea of survival and having to, because you know, if you have to eat food, that should be more than just a nuisance of a menu you have to open up. It should affect what you choose to carry with you, you know, and so I don't think those two kind of mods play well together for gameplay purposes. But oh, this sates my hunger. So the other stuff didn't, but that did. Hunger sated. Okay. We can put that away for now. Blaze is just outside Solitude at Catless Farm. Okay. So, Cotter Games, we are figuring out, we're adopting. We're adopting. I'm going to adopt one child tonight. I'm going to adopt another one later on my own. And tonight I am seeking input from the chat. We're not voting, but input from the chat on which child I should adopt. I'm traveling around listening to their sob stories, and then I'll get input from you guys and make a decision. Alisan in Dawnstar. His dad was a sailor. He traveled with him. His dad got sick. The people they were traveling with just dumped him in a town. Dad died. Kid's been stranded there since, just trying to make a living. That's his sob story. We don't know what happened to Mom. Mom's out of the picture for some reason. Maybe she died long before that. I don't know. Catless Farm. Is that going to be on the map? That would be handy if it was. Nope. Oh!
Heard about you.
I found it.
Honeyed words.
Are you Catala?
Can I help you?
Sure, you got a little kid around here?
Could always use help picking crops if you need. My husband handles the indoor work just as well. It's hard work keeping Solitude fed. Yes?
Okay, you got nothing more for me. I'm looking for Blaze. Oh, Gratal presents a theory. His mom left the dad in the middle of the pregnancy. That's why she's not in the picture. But wait a minute. Did she transfer the baby to his body before leaving? If it was the middle of the pregnancy, that would be crazy. Or maybe she just mailed the baby to him. I think there's even like a mail service in this game. You're way too old to be Blaze.
Got business at the stables?
Oh, there's a kid. Are you Blaze?
I take care of the
Hey.
horses, and the goats, and the chickens, and the garden.
Okay.
You probably want someone else. I'm just the stable boy.
Well, how do you like the farm?
I hate it. Everyone feels sorry for me, so they don't treat me too bad, but
Sorry for what?
both my parents were in the Legion. There was an ambush. Kayla said she'd feed me if I could make myself useful. I take care of the animals, run errands, that kind of thing. I guess it could be worse, but I'm sick of sleeping outside with the horses.
Holy crap!
I want a real home, real parents, not this.
He sleeps outside with the horses? He sleeps outside with the horses. Alright, let's hear that story one more time. I was thinking he had it better until he said that he sleeps outside with the horses. The other kid at least gets to sleep by the fire inside the inn. This kid's sleeping outside with the horses. Let's hear this again.
Both my parents were in the Legion. There was an ambush. Kayla said she'd feed me if I could make myself useful. I'd take care of the animals, run errands, that kind of thing. I guess it could be worse, but I'm sick of sleeping outside with the horses. I want a real home, real parents, not this.
Yeah, that's messed up, kid. But he seems like, when he talks about wanting a real home, he seems like it's more of an ambition. It's not desperation. I want a real home with real parents, not this. He doesn't seem like desperate. It seems like he just kind of wants something better. But still, his situation seems like possibly crappier than the other kids. Okay. Listen, Katla, I'm gonna go look at the inside of your house. I want to understand why this kid is sleeping with the horses.
Can I help you?
Canoed?
You're a guest. And Father says we have to be polite to guests.
Who's this kid?
Mama said I could help with the goats.
You get the same voice as the kid outside.
Father says I don't have the knack for reading, but Mama says I won't need it to work the farm.
Oh, hello. Have a seat, will you?
Okay. You got a chair? No? You want to get out of your chair?
I was a much younger man when I married Katla. Now I can hardly keep up with her. My brothers would have been appalled to see a man outdone by his wife, but not me. Without Katla, this farm would fall apart.
Okay. Well, this right here is a perfectly good spot for someone to sleep in, especially if there is no other option. So we got a bed here. That's Mom and Dad. Got a bed here. You got room for another bed. You got room for another bed. Look at this. You don't need a nightstand and this big old trunk here for this kid. You can put a bed right here. So that is messed up. Huh. Alright. Well, I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough call between those two. Let's go check out Lucia.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm with you, Cotter. It says this is hard because the other kid is making a living by himself. Yeah. He's making a living by himself, so he's scraping more actively to get by, but it sounds like he's got a guaranteed pretty much fire that he can sleep by in the inn on most nights. This kid, he definitely has work and food, so he's set there, but he's freaking sleeping with the horses. Alright. Lucia in Whiterun near the Gilder Green. Map. Whiterun, is that over here? Winterhold, Windhelm. That's Riften, isn't it? Yeah. It's oh, the starting town is Whiterun. Okay. Cotter Game says, can't you adopt multiple children? Yes, you can adopt 2, which I think kind of sucks. I wish maybe there's a mod that will, I should look into that. A mod that will let me adopt more than 2 kids. That would be cool. I'd be all over that. But, off the store shelf, oh, I gotta drink something too now. Off the store shelf, it's 2 kids, that's it. Near the Gilder Green. Near the Gilder Green? The heck is the Gilder Green? Well, it says in Whiterun, not just outside, so in. Oh, is the Gilder Green, is that the tree thing? Let's go check it out.
Need supplies? See Bellathor at his store.
Oh, I have so many good memories with this game. Hey, you gonna go in? She was like, I'm thinking about it. She was going to a temple. She was going there to confess some horrible sins, and she was having second thoughts at the door.
If you need potions, you should try Arcadia's Cauldron.
Oh, you know what? There's a local map, isn't there? I keep forgetting. Alright. Not seeing it. I am not seeing it. Near the Gilder Green.
You're the one casting
You know,
those illusions.
I think I do remember there being a kid up for adoption in this town, though, and I think I usually found them down here in this marketplace area. So I'm just looking for Lucia. That's the name to look for here. What time of day is it? Oops, wrong button. 6:48 a.m. Let's wait a few hours.
It's a fine day with you around.
Well, thank you. Something else I'm going to get to, which will be interesting, is choosing a man to marry.
What are you looking at?
I can't
I'm
remember.
not afraid of you.
I married
Even if you are my elder.
this lady in my first
I spend a
playthrough.
lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience.
Braith.
I'm going to run an inn someday.
Lucia!
You're the best. Can you be my mother?
Oh, man, she's winning points with me already.
Please?
She says I'm the
Can you
best.
spare a coin?
Alright, let's hear your story.
It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out.
Ooh.
Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
Wait, who's she working for? She got thrown out, so she doesn't have a place to live that we know of. Cotter Games says, great stream, by the way. Thanks, man. Yeah, a man. Well, yeah. I don't want to do like a lesbian marriage if that's even an option. And I don't identify as... Well, I mean, I guess I said in first-person games I tend to identify more as it being me, but once you get to those kinds of decisions, it's more about, like, I think of this lady as like a her. And that's interesting to me to think of what kind of, you know, I think of it kind of like if she were my sister or if I had a daughter, you know, just a girl a woman that I cared about and I want the best for them. Making that choice for her on that level. I'm kind of interested in that, in finding out what those options are and seeing if I can, you know, find a good match for her, you know, / me. Oh, no, don't go away. I want to hear your sad story again. All right.
It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
So Brennan said she should beg, right? Let's look at that again.
It's what Brennan said I should do.
Okay, Brennan is
He's the only one that
said she should beg. He's the only one that's been nice to her. We got to find this Brennan and see if he can reveal anything about their connection. Is he like a fellow beggar or something?
Need something?
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
I'll just look up and down this street, and then I'll maybe do a quick search on my computer here.
I work for Bellathor at the general goods store.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick search. Skyrim Brennan, find out where this guy is at. He's a Redguard beggar and drunkard living in the city of Whiterun.
What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you, you know, even if you are my elder.
1 a.m. to 9 a.m. He's wandering around town. Oh, when the sunrise hits the guild green, so his fire is 2 p.m. walks the market. Okay, so a red guard beggar is what we're looking for. Red guard beggar.
Come by Bellathor's shop at the market. I'm sure we've got something you need.
So red guards are the dark-skinned folks in this world, if I'm not mistaken. This doesn't look like a beggar.
Oh, it took years. But I earned my way to the top. I own chill for a car.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what.
Let's see, what's the time of day? 11:26. Well... I think I just read that he goes to... Let's see. Let me wait 2 hours. Because I think he goes into that tavern between 1 and 2. I think I saw something about that.
Skyrim.
Alright.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Huh.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
Well, I don't see him in here. Maybe I read that wrong.
Not here. I told you to meet me in Riverwood.
I mean, I know, you know, I'm going to a bit of a trouble to find this guy. But if he mentions the girl... I don't know. I don't know.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
I guess that they said also like he wanders the town from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. So let's try that.
Are you still working at the Bannered Mare in the evenings? And why shouldn't I? Just because I'm a Grey Maid doesn't...
We're gonna sweep the streets.
At the general goods store.
Yes? Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those damn shopkeepers.
Okay, if I don't find him in the middle of the night here, then I will not consider him an asset for the girl because he's never around.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in Riverwood.
Yeah, he's
looks
like a warrior, not a beggar.
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside.
Oh,
that's usually
hey.
where he stuffs himself.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Oh, that's right. I've given this guy drinking money before, so he's a drunk. Okay, he is no asset for the girl. So her story was... she's begging. She's begging, and we don't know that she has a place to be either. So, I think she might be in the worst situation so far of the three. You guys agree?
sure.
Do we need to hear her story again? Cotter Games Whiterun might be your favorite city in Skyrim besides Solitude. Why is that? It's a great city to start in.
District very often.
I'm just curious what stands out to you.
So you can spend it on drinks at the bank.
Oh, it's not this girl, is it?
It's food you
It's
need.
Lucia.
What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah.
Find a more
Even if you
charitable.
are my ally.
I think that's the girl that I tried to kill once because she was mouthing off to me. I think in my last playthrough I tried to kill her. Didn't work out. Hey guys. Hey, there she is. Okay, let's hear that story one more time.
Lady, could you spare a coin?
I forgot. She called me lady, and I forgot again. It's like, oh, that's right. I'm a lady.
It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much.
Yeah. You got nowhere to go. Alright. The last one that's not in the orphanage is Sophie in Windhelm in the Great Quarter.
Tired of bread and stew.
Windhelm. Is that this one up here? No, it's Winterhold. Windhelm. The Grey Quarter. Sophie in the Grey Quarter. Cotter Game says it's a lively city, it's pretty, it's small and comfy, warm, and I go here a lot too. Yeah, it's small. That's a good benefit of being small because you don't really it's harder to get lost in it than some of the other cities maybe. Okay, the Grey Quarter. Man, I can't. Are you a messenger? You are booking it. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna.
Coin for a poor old woman.
Not right now. Come on, Pater. Which buttons? Here we go. Yeah, I didn't think it was a good shot that I'd have some indication of where the Grey Quarter is. Let's do daytime. Rugged Warriors has never played Skyrim. Yeah, it's not for everybody. But for those of us it's for, it is usually for in a very big way. Do you have a Switch, Rugged Warrior? Have you played Breath of the Wild? I think if I were to get a Switch, I would get Breath of the Wild. It sounds like it kind of scratches some similar itches to a game like Skyrim. Hey, Eclectic1995, welcome. Doing well. I'm in the middle of making an adoption decision, and I'm letting the chat influence my decision of which child out of 8 actually, I will adopt. I'm not sure that the kids at the orphanage have stories like these 4 out in the world.
Last girl, I told you to leave my tools alone. You have yours.
So we've heard 3 stories so far.
Fortune as a seeker.
One of a kid who has a place to sleep but is really struggling to make a living. Another kid who's making a little bit of a living but is not allowed to sleep indoors. And then finally a girl who is begging and doesn't have a place to sleep, apparently. That wasn't explicit, but there was sure no indication that she had a place to sleep every night. So I'm leaning toward Lucia, the 3rd girl, unless Sophie, when we find her, has a sadder story. This is the Palace of the King. She's not going to be here.
Now I remember. You're the new member of the Companions. So you what?
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner.
Good to see you again, friend.
Sophie. Are you Sophie? Hey, Sophie. Yeah, I just want to
Buy
talk.
some flowers? Pretty please?
Well, let's see. What have you got for sale?
Some pretty flowers. I picked them all by myself.
Okay, she's picking flowers. And how much is she making from these flowers? For... Let's see here. I'll buy... Okay, she's got 16 gold now. She's charging... That's a lot of gold for flowers that she picked. So she might have a decent racket going on here. I don't know. We'll see. Now let's talk.
They're dead. My mama died when I was little. I don't remember her very well. My father was a Stormcloak soldier. One day he left and didn't come back. I'm all alone. I try to sell flowers so I can buy food. It's not much, but what else can I do?
Well, she sounds like... I mean, there's no indication that she has a place to live either. Let's assume the worst, that she doesn't have a place to live. She's like the other girl. I think the difference here is she's got goods that she's able to sell. The other girl is just begging. And when you like respond to the begging option for the other girl, it's just to give her 1 coin. So if she's, when she begs, making 1 coin here and there, and this girl's selling flowers for 4 gold a pop, I'm thinking she's got a better chance of making it. I don't know. If anybody wants to present an alternative argument, I am open.
Stop by again.
Okay. She seems pretty cheery too, but maybe that's just a stiff upper lip. Stiff upper lip. Okay, let's go to the orphanage in Riften and take care and check out these last 4 kids real quick, and then we'll make a call and adopt and move on to another game. Buttons, Pater. Which one? Map. World map. Riften. Man, this always goes by so fast. We're already halfway through the stream.
I'm going to lose my job at the Riften Fishery.
Okay, well, we'll talk later, maybe. Last time I was at this orphanage was at Extra Life a year and a half ago. I did the quest here. There was like an evil leader of the orphanage, and I took an assassination contract and took her out. And then I think a woman named Constance was left in charge, but she was really freaked out
Come by and see me.
because she saw me kill the old hag. And so I don't know if she's gotten over that, if she's still going to recognize me. She probably has forgotten all about it. Eclectic 1995 says, isn't there an orphanage in Whiterun? I haven't come across one yet. The only orphanage I know of in the game is here in Riften, which, like, man, Riften's like a den of criminals. That's like a horrible place for an orphanage. But of course, maybe it makes sense that that's where the orphanage would be, because that's where horrible things are happening and kids are losing their parents. Hey, Constance.
I'm sorry, but until you own a home with a room for your children, I can't allow you to adopt anyone.
That's right, I have been here. I tested the waters for adoption. I was here. What she doesn't know is that I do have a home now with 2 beds and furniture ready to go for kids. What time is it? Okay, the kids are awake. Let's talk to some kids. Blue shirt.
Michelle says we have to be
Francois Buffon.
We don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Need something?
Yeah, I want to talk. Oh man,
Need something?
I don't think he's very bright,
Want to hang out in a
so
place like this?
that's a hardship.
Things are much better now that Grellick is dead. But still, I'm sick of this place.
I used to hate it Yes, but it's not so bad anymore. Constance is real good to us.
Okay, let's talk to Samuel.
Need something? Hi there.
Hi.
Need something? I was named after the sound a lion makes. You know, roar! Really?
I guess they're gonna talk
Hi
more
there.
when I don't initiate with them. So
Yes?
they're all introverts. They only talk when they're ready to talk.
Hi there. Need something?
You just got to get them on a geeky topic that they're excited about.
Hi there.
Then they'll blab, right, geeks?
Yes? Yes?
All right.
I'm
None
strong
of these kids.
and quick and can do any chore you want. Come on, adopt me, please.
Yes?
She's working it. She's selling
something?
herself.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yes?
Need something? Yes? Need something?
Well, these kids are all weird, but I'm not sure if that's
Yes?
quite a hardship in the same sense as
Hi
the
there.
other four kids.
Hi there.
Rugged Warrior says, "Hi there, need something." Oh man, yeah, Cotter Games, you're right. Those kids have a home at least. Reed Benson, "Hi there, need something?" Yes. Were you guys raised at this orphanage? Yeah, Eclectic 1995 says the orphans here seem to be doing well despite being in the city of high criminality. Yeah, I agree, and I killed the old hag, and Constance, she is like filtering potential parents. Like there's a questionnaire. Let's go through it. I'll show you if you've not done this before. Like she does not just let them go with anybody.
I'm sorry, but until you own a home with a room for your children, I can't allow you to adopt anyone.
Okay, that's certainly a standard right there.
But until you own a home with a room for your children, I can't allow you to adopt anyone.
I have a home with a room for my children.
I'm sorry, but until you own
You know
a home
what?
with a room for your children,
Okay.
I can't allow you to adopt anyone.
She's super protective, but I need to go check out my house real quick and verify that I do in fact have a home with a room for my children. Here we go. Unless there's something about the room I haven't finished building yet. I thought, oh, I think I know what I did wrong. Can that really be what she's expecting? See, here's my house. Here's my house. Entry room. So it's unfurnished. Just built it. Here's my bedroom, okay? So I've got my bed, and then look at this. I got two... Oh, I need trunks for them. I vaguely remember that. I can't just have beds. I've got to have trunks for them, too. And I think I need... Yeah, I need this child's chest. For that I need iron fittings and a lock, and for that I need iron. So I'm missing iron. Okay. Well, I'm good for it. Let's adopt these... I mean, do you guys agree that the orphanage kids are fine? I mean, look at the standards. She's really got standards for them. And, like, this questionnaire... You can look this up if you really want to. But she asked me, like, what line of work I'm in. And if I answer anything... If I say I'm Dragonborn... or I'm like an assassin or something like that, you know, something like really outlandish and shocking, she doesn't believe me. She's just like, okay, whatever. When you're serious, come back and we'll talk. And so I think that she'll accept being a mercenary or an adventurer. And she's basically like, okay, you know, well, at least there's some money in that or something like that, you know. So you have to have, you know, some kind of work, and then you have to have a place for the kids to live. I think those are basically and you have to not be an assassin or, you know, like a evil person or whatever. So she's got some kind of standards. These other kids don't. They have no one advocating for them. So I think the choice is the four kids. Let me know quickly if you disagree, but I think that... and the choices, again, from the four kids is Alisan, He's working in Dawnstar. His dad was a sailor, and they were traveling, I guess, with some mercenaries or something like that. He got sick on the voyage. They dumped him and the kid off at this town. The dad died. The kid he's just been kind of stranded there ever since. He is struggling to make money, but has a place to sleep that's warm every night in the inn. Blaze is kind of the opposite. He has he sleeps outside with the horses, but he has food as long as he makes himself useful. Lucia, she mentioned no place that she's living. The only one that's been nice to her is a beggar, and so she's begging. That's her only option, for which she gets 1 gold coin a pop. Sophie, similar situation, seems to have no place to live, but she's selling flowers and is making 4 gold a pop. So I'm thinking Lucia. You guys tell me if you disagree or have an argument for something else. Meanwhile, unless you guys stop me, I'm going to go see Lucia and tell her the good news. Let's see here. And then sometime when I'm not streaming, I'll experiment with... I'm really interested in finding out, checking out all these other kids that you can potentially adopt if their parents die. If you weren't here and you missed me talking about that part, I'm gonna totally kind of stalk them in a weird way. Them and their families. Find out about their families. Find out about what their living situation is, what their parents are like, what their life is like, and stuff. And then I think eventually I'll see if I can adopt one of them in a quite illegitimate manner. Alright. Ooh, what time of day is it? 6:18. Oh, p.m. Okay, yeah. So before she has to struggle to find another place to sleep tonight, Gratal asks, can you make a baby yourself? No. I mean, maybe with a mod, but you can marry, but I think that's why they probably put adoption in here, is because they didn't want to mess with pregnancy and, the passage of time as a pregnancy develops. That would make sense that they would kind of want to skip that. Although that would be a cool mod, wouldn't it? Man, all this is really making me want to dig through the mods later tonight or tomorrow.
What are you looking at?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna shoot you, kid, if you keep mouthing off. Even if it can't kill you. Rugged Warrior says, kill the parents of the one with the happiest life. One of these, you have to kill not just the parents, but there's 1 or 2 additional family members that you have to kill in order for them to become available for adoption. It's really interesting how they thought of this stuff, That's what intrigues me. That's what makes me want to dig into these systems and play around,
Guard.
Alright, she was around during the daytime, so I'm gonna wait. I guess she is gonna sleep one more night in the cold. Sorry, kid.
Divine smile on you, friend. You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
No, that's the other girl.
It's obsessed with death.
She's usually been around here, hasn't she? Lucia! Or is it Lucia?
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls.
Where are you, girl?
What are you looking at? I'm not.
Oh, that little girl keeps saying, what are you looking at?
Destruction magic's fine. Just don't go burning down any buildings.
Where'd she go? Am I too late? Has this cruel world taken her?
Everything all right?
No, I'm looking for Lucia.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Let's see here. Where are you at, girl? I want to help you. I want to be your mommy. Oh, is that you?
Looking for my husband, Nazim?
Oh, I think it's her.
The Jarl's backside.
Hey, kiddo.
You're the best. Can you be my mother?
Oh, and she was really... Oh, wait, no, that was, Did she talk me up like that right away, too? I can't remember. Okay, here we go, guys. I don't see any, arguments to the opposite. Adopt the what are you looking at, girl? Maybe I will. Maybe I will after I kill her family, because they are clearly not disciplining her. I could shape her up. All right. Hey, Lucia. I could adopt you if you want.
Really? Do you have a place I could live?
I have a house, but no room for you.
Oh, well. Thanks anyway.
Picky? Oh, lame. All right. Well, I've made my decision. I'll stick with it, but I'm not going to go hunting down iron right now so I can finish building the locks or whatever. All right. Well, thanks for helping me with that, guys. Hey, just a reminder that this humble little YouTube channel is so dependent on people just like you. There are 3 main ways you can support this channel, and they're all over at spiritblade.com. The first is to purchase one of our sci-fi or fantasy audio dramas. Second is to give us a donation of any amount. And third, you can become a Spirit Blade insider and get access to exclusive, behind-the-scenes monthly goodies. You can get more information on our About page over at spiritblade.com. Thanks so much.